The Edo State government has declared a 24-hour curfew across the state till further notice. The curfew is to take effect from 4 p.m. today, October 19, 2020. In a statement announcing the decision, Secretary to the State Government, Osaro Dion Ogie, said the decision has become necessary because of the very disturbing incidents of vandalism and attacks on private individuals and institutions by hoodlums in the guise of NSAS protesters. According to the statement, while the government of Edo State respects the rights of its citizens to undertake a legitimate protest, it cannot sit idly when hoodlums take laws into their hands to cause mayhem on innocent citizens and the state. Schools and businesses are to shut down activities accordingly, while those who cannot move safely advise to stay put between now and 4 p.m. till calmness is restored. The Nigerian police has condemned an attack on its facilities in Edo State on Monday. In a statement on its official Twitter handle, the force announced that Ugbekun Police Station, Oba Market Police Station, and Idobo Police Post were attacked by persons posing as NSAS protesters. The tweet added that protesters carted away arms and ammunition from the armory and freed suspects in custody before setting some of the facilities ablaze. The force said it is doing everything possible to bring the situation under control, to protect lives of innocent citizens, and prevent further attacks on any other critical infrastructure in Edo. The police also called on parents and guardians to persuade their children and wards to stop carrying out acts of violence. And joining us live to discuss this is the Special Advisor Media to the Edo State Deputy Governor. Thanks for joining us. Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm with you.
All right. Tell us, what can you tell us about the jailbreak in Benin City? How many prisoners escaped and how many have you rearrested? And how would you say this attack was coordinated in the state?
It's rather unfortunate that hoodlums have hijacked the peaceful protest embarked upon by NSAS organizers. They allow the hoodlums to hijack it from them. They set up these 3 police stations, like you rightly said, and then the medium correctional center on Saple Road was equally attacked. Some inmates have been freed, but as I speak, we cannot say exactly how many of them have escaped and how many that have been rearrested, because I believe it's rather too early to assess that. But the government officials and the security agencies are working around the clock to make sure the situation is brought under control. But I believe by this time tomorrow, we'll be able to place a figure on how many have escaped and those who have on their own returned to the facility or they've been rearrested. Like I said, as I speak, we cannot place a figure on that.
Now, the trend on social media and the concern of many Nigerians is about the irony, so to speak, of how a center, that is meant to, protect people came under such an attack. What would you say is responsible for this, and how do you think this happened?
I believe the police in these stations were just being cautious because nobody wants to be court-martialed. Nobody wants to face orderly trial because there are reports from their superior that they should not shoot at protesters. They should be civil in handling the protesters. But these are not protesters. They are criminals, hoodlums. They should have been handled the way you handle criminals. But the police, like I already said, they are just being cautious about allowing them to attack and gain entrance into the facilities, attack the uniformed and armed men on guard, took over the whole place, and then broke into their armory. Like, they are just being cautious. Ordinarily, that would have been happening easily in normal situation. But I know these are not protectors. These are mere criminals, hardened criminals that did that. Apparently, with the aim of freeing their own co-criminals who have been arrested and kept in these facilities pending when they appear in court.
All right, now the Edo State government, Musa, sorry to cut in, but the government has now announced a 24-hour curfew, after this attack. Do you think this curfew is feasible? And would you say the security officials in Edo are equipped at the moment to ensure compliance?
Yes, they are always been equipped. The policemen are up to the task. It's just that directive from above that has kept them away. That was why they have not been able to go and do their normal duties. Before now, they abandoned the entire streets. They kept to their station. None of them on normal roadblocks. I can't see any policeman uniform anywhere. Out of fear for their lives. And then they directed by their superior. But the way it is now, it has gone beyond the normal protest. The curfew is taking place. If you go to the street right now, the street is actually empty. You see policemen out there trying to enforce it. And I know that the protesters, the normal protesters, will not risk it and confront armed policemen. But it's just the criminals who want to confront them because they are up to something. It's just what they are doing is beyond the normal protest. But I believe everything is coming to normalcy with the government's directive.
And jailbreaks have seemed to become quite frequent in the country. What steps would you say the force take to prevent a recurrence in future?
Yeah, it's the same thing the protesters, part of the demands of the protesters, that our armed men, especially the policemen, those manning these correctional facilities, they are not taken care of. There is no proper care for them. Out of frustration, a man who is armed expect to guard these facilities. We see normal jailbreak, they will do the other way. Because it has been on. This is not the first time. They are superior. The money budgeted for these facilities and the care of this man are being appropriated by the officers, by their superior. And they dare not say anything. They will take it to the subordination. So I think it has to be attacked from the top. From the top. You know what happened in Ebomhiana, where money meant for arms, equipment, for soldiers are being diverted by the officers. So it's just their own way of protesting, say, okay, let me do that way, why they attack the facilities. Let them is a fundamental issue which government has to look into. The money meant for people, they make sure it gets to them. The money meant for equipment, make sure it goes for equipment. Not that somebody saw one pot-bellied officer, we appropriate the money, and nobody dare ask any question.
All right, so basically you're alleging that the jailbreak in Benin City is an inside job.
No. This one is something else. You talk about what we can do to correct a similar jailbreak, and it has been a common occurrence in Nigeria. That's what you said, that was your question. The one in Benin was purely done by criminals, purely done by hoodlums, not normal protesters. And the number with which they attacked that facility is not the one where if you look at the video, where any officer will be able to curtail.
All right, thank you so much, Musa, for your thoughts on the news.
You're welcome.
And still on the NSAS protest, on Monday, the Lagos State Governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu,